Hello, YouTube! I thought it would be fun today if I revisited Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc and discuss my thoughts on all of those characters. Danganronpa is quite the controversial series, but I take it for what it is and I have fun with it. Who doesn't love a good murder mystery? Danganronpa is a series I quite enjoy. I mean, clearly I stuck with it beyond Trigger Happy Havoc. I've been a fan for years and I'm ready to discuss all of these characters. I guess I'll start with the one and only mascot, Monokuma. I view Monokuma as an accurate portrayal of Mickey Mouse. If we were going into the behind the scenes of Disney and accurately presenting that, we would have Monokuma. I think Monokuma is so fun and wacky. Definitely keeps you on your toes. Like, what is going on here? We've got a talking teddy bear controlling these people and getting them to kill. Monokuma's a perfect mascot, really. Just adds a bit of chaos into the mix at every turn. Monokuma is adorable in some ways, but that also kind of makes it creepier. I couldn't imagine any other mascot, really. Well, let me not say that with this one over here, who clearly I prefer, but that's for next time. Now, hopping into the students themselves, I will go in order of who got killed. Seems appropriate. The first death was... I'll skip to the second death. Already breaking my own rules. Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation. Sayaka was a fake-out partner for Makoto, the main character. It was very surprising to see her die so soon. You were thinking that she'd be paired up with Makoto the whole season? Nope. Adjust your expectations. She was quickly killed, and we dive into the chaos of uncovering the mystery through her death. I was glad when she died because I thought she was a pretty boring and stale character, and when she dies, it's like, wow, we've got a bit of mystery now. I wasn't expecting this. It was a great shocker reveal to just be like, okay, adjust your expectations because Danganronpa is here to make waves. And I think her death set a good standard for what's to come. She served her purpose very well. And it was interesting learning about her backstory in that, oh, she was going to kill Makoto. Sorry I ever called you boring, because geez, she was thinking ahead of everybody. That's what you get dying when you were going to kill somebody else. But I'll support the murder. Good for you, girl. You were trying. But you just weren't quick enough because Leon Quada got to you. And he ended up being our first killer. The ultimate baseball star. He was a hot-headed sports guy, but he also had a deeper love for punk music. He wasn't very memorable, but he definitely served his purpose. He left enough of a mark to be like, okay, this is our first killer. And nothing really beyond that with him. Not everybody can be the best character ever, but he did his job. You killed and you got caught, and what a way to die with those killer deaths. Ugh, you just almost rather be murdered than go through that mess, but all those baseballs just hurling at him, oh goodness, that's gonna leave a mark. Good thing they got the pink blood. And that was the end of the first case. And then we move into the second case. And the first victim was Chihiro Fujisaki, the ultimate programmer. Now, there's lots of controversy around this particular character because there was a gender fake out. Originally, it was thought that Chihiro was a girl, but then they investigate the body and find that Chihiro was a boy. I don't got it in me to go through that. Oh, it was inappropriate, yes, but I will take things for what they are in this video. I have a problem with how Chihiro was handled in Danganronpa. But beyond the controversy, I thought Chihiro was a very sweet character, gone too soon, very smart. I guess there was a bit more to the story because we had Alter Ego who was left behind, who I remember more about Alter Ego than I do Chihiro, quite frankly. I thought that was a nice touch that allowed Chihiro to have a little bit more of a spark than some of these early deaths. Chihiro, there's just not much to say, and it's unfortunate that all of this controversy took place. Chihiro was killed by Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. How hypocritical to stand for loyalty and honor, and then you go and kill somebody who trusted you, somebody who considered you a friend. And this poor idiot told on himself and got himself killed by saying the color of the shirt. If you can't cover up the crime, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, that was it for case 2. Case 3 was the double case, which are always a bit icky, quite frankly. Ooh. The first victim was Kiyotaka Ishimaru, the ultimate moral compass. He was a stickler for the rules, he went around enforcing them, and he was buddies with Mondo. And after Mondo died, his hair went white, he went a little off the walls, bonkers. Were they friends? Were they lovers? I'll let the fanfic writers decide. But his fiery turn made him a pretty easy target, so he was chopped off right after his buddy. And I didn't really care. Like, okay, next. Next was Hifumi Yamada, the ultimate fanfic creator. Damn, double homicide.
Bitch!
I'm sorry.
That's what you get for helping the killer, okay? He got what he deserved. He got the backstab, and you tried and you failed. He was the stereotypical weed, gross, nasty, perverted, yucky, definitely my least favorite character in the game. And thank you, Celestia, for taking out the trash. Speaking of the double killer herself, Celestia Littenberg, the ultimate gambler. She was the first character of the early deaths who really left a mark. Her trial was definitely the most predictable, which made it pretty boring, definitely more boring than all the other ones. But I liked watching her fight to save herself. She was really fierce, and when she was backed into a corner, she tried everything. I respect that. Also, what a captivating character design she had. Probably one of the better ones in the franchise. But I thought she was pretty cool. She definitely left her impact. Next is one that hurts my heart. I might need a buddy for this one. Next is Sakura Ogami, the ultimate martial artist. Sakura was a real one. Who doesn't love Sakura? Despite being the traitor of the group, she proved to be the most loyal of them all. She killed herself to save everybody else, and her impact definitely led through the rest of the story because she was the final death. What a heroic way to go out. Her death pretty much cracked open everything, and the sacrifice she made was a game changer. She's the best. Her dynamic with Aoi was the best dynamic in the game. I just adored the two together. Are they friends? Are they lovers? That's also up to the fanfic writers. I mean, please. That was love. But Sakura, what a character. Rest in peace. Well, I guess now that I've gone through all the deaths, I will revisit the first death that I put a pin in. While some might say it was Juko Inoshima who was the first death, it was actually revealed to be Mukuru Ikusaba, the ultimate soldier, the secret 16th student. While she didn't have much screen time, her presence was certainly felt and she left quite the impact. Revealing that Junko faked her own death and had her sister die instead, wow. It was a clever plot twist for a character who, in future installments like Danganronpa If, proved to be quite a character. So she didn't have her time here, but her impact is undeniable. I love the reveal with Mukuro. I guess I'll discuss the survivors now. I'll start with Yasuhiro Hagakure, the ultimate clairvoyant. He was a funny guy. He had a few moments that made me laugh. He also had a few moments that irritated me. He didn't leave much of a mark, though. Of all the survivors, he was probably the least relevant. I mean, he was definitely the least relevant. But I mean, it's cool to see him survive after he was the first death in the demo. To go on to be a survivor, like, that's pretty cool. I can give him that. Next is Byakuya Togami, the ultimate affluent progeny. He's an annoying prick who made everything more difficult in the cases. So I would describe him as annoying, but he served his purpose, and I don't really have much to say beyond that. Now, there was somebody who had a little obsession with him, Toko Fukawa, the ultimate writing prodigy. But we also have Genocide Jill, the ultimate murderous fiend. Now, this was a problematic representation of multiple personality disorder. It took me a minute to get past that, but once I get past that, this is a cool character to watch. Toko was more shy, she was a little weird, but then in case 2, when everybody suspects her, we get the reveal of Genocide Jill, who is wacky, very sharp-tongued. She was a riot. Genocide Jill, what a time she is. I love that she only kills the boys. Dang, she should have got Byakuya. I wanted him to go. But her obsession with Byakuya was a little weird and disturbing at times. I guess it had its funny moments, but I much prefer her when she's separated from him. I think it's a miracle she didn't kill anybody. Like, of course, you'd be like, okay, when's she gonna act? But she didn't! So good for you! You resisted the urge to kill! Well, there wasn't too much of note in her appearance here. She goes on to Ultra Despair Girls. What a character glow up she has there. But I did enjoy her for what she is. She was very flawed, but she was fun. Next is Aoi Asahina, the ultimate swimming pro. I thought she was the most realistic and most relatable character. For the most part, she had a pretty positive attitude, which I found very compelling. But eventually, all the death does get to her, and she snaps. When Sakura finally dies, we really see Aoi start to unravel. She goes on a bit of a path of vengeance to stop everybody from finding out that Sakura really did unalive herself. I thought it was sweet for her to try to do that. Not the best thing to do when you're all trying to escape. But at some point, you just gotta be like, how could you people drive her to do that? Gosh, they were so mean to Sakura, and Aoi was the only one who stood up for her. A real one. I was so relieved she survived until the end. I was so worried she'd die, but she survived, and thank goodness she did it for Sakura. I was so relieved she made it through. I just think she is a fantastic character through and through. Next is Kyoko Kirigiri, the ultimate, But it's revealed she's the ultimate detective. As one would expect, she was a very mysterious character to start. We all know she was keeping her secrets, and we all knew they'd come out. She'd throw in a good save at the trials, and it was always nice to see her leave a good assist. I'm like, okay, you know what you're doing, girl. I trust you. I always trusted her. I always gravitated towards her. I always liked her. So I was very relieved to see everything come out and it's revealed that she was a good guy and she was there to help everybody. Honestly, I think she should have been the main character. She's an expert detective. She was an exciting and compelling character. In my eyes, she is the main character. Her father was the headmaster, which what a reveal that was. Like, oh, so you're here for that too, huh? But I just think she is an excellent character and definitely one worth watching for. I would trust her with my life. I would. Next is Makoto Naegi, the ultimate lucky student. Then it's revealed he's the ultimate hope. He had a case of main character syndrome. He was bland and boring, so he could be an audience insert. And I don't like that. I like a risky main character, one who takes chances, one who isn't what you'd expect. But that's not what I got. I got Makoto Naegi, who was very boring. Even beyond being boring, he also made some decisions. And when you play the game, you're forced to make those decisions. And it's so frustrating. Like, oh my gosh, can I play as somebody who has some sense? But whatever, he served his purpose. He's a little annoying, sure, but he's fine. Like, nothing to write home about. Don't watch it for him, but you can deal. Whatever. Now, there's just one left to discuss, and it is Junko Enoshima herself, the ultimate fashionista turned ultimate despair. The main villain, she was MIA for most of the game, but she makes her grand return reveal right at the end, the true voice of Monokuma, the one who's behind it all. What a captivating main villain. She came and she stole the show. She left her mark. She proved, yeah, I did all this. And yeah, I'm gonna make sure you all remember my name. It was a surprisingly clever plot twist. Like, it's just not something you really think about in the closed door mystery where, oh, somebody faked their death and there was another person here. Wait, gosh, and she did it to her own sister too. She like pure evil. I'm so fun at that. Exciting evil, energetic evil, chaotic evil. She just gave me all the evil I wanted. It was glorious watching her step out and confront everybody. Like, oh, wow. She's a fan favorite for a reason. She only got her one trial alive before she gets quickly killed, and she made the most of it. She showed us all sorts of different characters, going into multiple different personas. You see Junko Enoshima and you're like, wow, so cool. I have nothing but nice things to say about Junko Enoshima. Even watching her die, it's like, oh, she's living for this. It's the ultimate despair being delivered to her. She's getting all the despair. Like, wow. What a way to end it. Truly. And you leave the game thinking, wow, there might have been some problems here and there, but look at how things wrapped up.
Ah, that's history.
So that's my thoughts on Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I had fun. It's fun. What can I say? It's got its issues. All of the games have their issues, and of course, the animes too, all of it. But it's fun, what can I say? And I feel like I gotta talk about Monomi. I feel like I have to, so stay tuned. Bye.